Hey, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back with another Epic 7 video. So this is my Wyvern team and I'm running Karin 5-star. There is Daydream Joker on all three of my damage dealers. Angelica is the solo healer. Yes, I'm using Angelica, but this is just to show how strong it is when you run double defense downers. Especially Taranor Guard with Karin both have a high uptime on defense down debuff over the course of the battle, so it is really speeding up your runs. And also, yeah, I just want to show you how quick this goes, and of course how much damage Alexa is outputting. Really, like, because you are relying on Daydream Joker so much, having a high uptime on the defense down debuff is gonna play a huge part to kill just the Wyvern, the Wyvern. Jesus, I keep on saying it incorrectly. Okay, I got the defense down here from Taranor Guard, so we'll see if I can like do a sub 2-minute run. It's all about like keeping that defense down applied, and I pretty much kill the Wyvern before it goes in barrier, which saves a lot of time. Now when you have animations like this, it is definitely slowing down your run. And of course when the Wyvern is no defense down, when the Wyvern, I mean, is triple attacking, that's how it goes. Let's see here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Let me write this down. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Let me start a timer on the next one. That's usually how the damage looks like. But Karin's only a 5-star. So let me start the counter here. Well, I probably started too early. Like, the game's not even loaded. It's fine, like that's 2 seconds. I mean, this is a fairly reasonable team to obtain. I know Angelica is not that easy to obtain, of course. If you can't, I mean, you need quite a bit of gear to have the same results, the same damage. But really, you can check my other videos. If you are starting out and you need help to create a team for Wyvern, you should consider Crozet as your main tank, with Ether as your healer. He can sustain Crozet. If you have Rod of Amaryllis or Celestine, Ether, he can definitely keep your Crozet alive. Or it could be Basque, but Crozet has better stats. So that's one hero, and then that's one tank, and then you've got your healer. Now for damage dealer, you would use Misty Chain. Misty Chain is providing you with 2 debuffs. Unhealable, which you don't really need, but it's going to be much easier to apply 3 debuffs or more with Misty Chain, because she also provides attack down debuff, which cuts the attack of the Wyvern in half, which is huge. It's gonna be so much easier for either to heal Crozet or whoever you have in the front position. Wow, that was quick. Okay, boom, 2-minute run. 2-minute run right there. Alright, next one. This 2 minutes. I don't usually calculate how quick they are, but I just felt like it was really quick. Alright, next one. So yeah, you use Crozet, you use Aether, and you use Misty Chain. Those are 3 heroes. Very easy to get. You can get Crozet from the connection. You get Aether for free when you start the game. And Misty Chain, of course, you have to actually summon, but she's only a 3-star. So you can just save up your Mystic medals and from Guild Wars and from the hunts. They can drop in hunts as well. Save those for when there's a rotation that has Misty Chain. But you also need... You don't... No, actually, you could use Taranor Guard. It is much safer with Taranor Guard, because if you run Taranor Guard and Misty Chain together, you have a pretty good chance to apply 3 debuffs. You're gonna have unhealable, you're gonna have attack down, and you're gonna have defense down. Now, when the Wyvern has... Okay, wait a second, where was this thing? Oh, it's on the main attack here. If the caster has 2 or fewer debuffs, greatly increases damage dealt, attacks the front row first. So yeah, you got your tank that will always be attacked in front, and then you're gonna try to apply 3 debuffs on the Wyvern, so you can greatly reduce its damage dealt. And not only that, you're gonna have attack down debuff. Just attack down debuff is cutting the Wyvern's attack in half, and then you have 3 debuffs. You're gonna be roughly taking a third of the Wyvern damage, which is insane. It's so much easier to sustain your Crozet. Now, I mean, the gear is going to be pretty high. You're going to need some very high speed on your Aether to actually heal Crozet. And you're going to need a lot of health and a lot of defense on your Crozet to actually sustain the damage. The thing is, you've got an artifact right now that you can gain from the challenge. Let me pull what's called a Sword of Zero. That's 2 minute 2 minute 18 for this run. Oh, 4 speed. Look at these substats. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so good. Just need some rolls into speed. These don't show up often, guys. These are 4 substats that can be used on a support that doesn't need any damage, just pure support substats. And hit set is also very good, because I mean, if you need to land any debuff, that's really great. So here's the breakdown. So yeah, Sword of Zera is gonna reduce your damage from elite and boss monsters, and it's gonna be so much easier to keep your Crozet alive. Before that, I was recommending like 3-star artifact for Crozet, so it's definitely much easier to get him tanky. So yeah, those were the... Let me just start another one here. 2 minute 18. Yeah. So yeah, it was probably a kill before the barrier. Usually, like that sounds like just before the barrier. Maybe it could have killed the... I didn't pay attention, unfortunately, guys. But yeah, you can also do a team with Alexa, Taranor Guard as your damage dealers. Alexa with as much crit damage as possible and speed, and then Taranor Guard will apply defense down, so you can increase the damage from Daydream Joker even further. The Daydream Joker, a 3-star artifact, deals damage based on the target's max health. The damage gets reduced by the damage mitigation of the target, so the more defense it has, the less damage you're gonna deal with the Daydream Joker. So that's why it actually works with the defense down debuff. Defense down debuff reduce the target's defense by 70%, which is huge. It is definitely huge. Now, if you run Alexa, if you run this setup, you're gonna have Crozet in front. You're gonna have Aether as your healer, and then you will be using Taranor Guard and Alexa as your damage dealers. Now, you can have 3 debuffs. You cannot apply speed down debuff because the boss is immune to that. But you can apply defense down, and you can apply up to two poison effects from Alexa's skill 2. So don't turn off Alexa's skills if you are starting out and you're having difficulties. You might be failing a few runs. Maybe you actually end up winning a few. It's fine. If you fail, you don't lose energy. So it's really like, it's all good. But I would Wyvern 11, if you can keep your tank alive, is definitely much easier than Wyvern 10. If you're still stuck in Wyvern 10, I would just keep on attempting until you get lucky and the Wyvern keeps on attacking your tankiest hero. Like, let's say you have whoever in the front line. That 2 minute 15. Not good. Yeah, in this one, I mean, Alexa didn't do crazy damage really. Yeah, this is Alexa usually deals way more damage than this, so I'm not quite sure what happened. Probably a bunch of dual attacks from the other two heroes, something like that. And yeah, let me just finish what I was talking about, and then I'll show you my gear. New run, starting the timer. So yeah, I mean, if you're struggling, I would say if you're stuck in like Wyvern 10, just like keep on trying until you beat it, just so you can unlock 11. Because 11 could just end up being you could have a decent success rate, or even be like just able to kill it sometimes, but still it is way better to actually be clearing Wyvern 11. Because of course you have access to all the item level 85 gear, which I mean it's pretty substantial, especially on that's because you get amulets, necklace and rings that are unlocked in stage 11. But yeah, so you can be running that team as well. So yeah, Alexa, Taranor Guard, damage dealer, you got 3 debuffs out of those. Turn on your skills on Alexa. Always turn off the skills of Taranor Guard, because the boss Wyvern cannot have its combat readiness decreased, so skill 3 of Taranor Guard, which absorb combat readiness, just will not work. So might as well have extra chances to apply defense down debuff. It is you should definitely invest in skill enhancing your Taranor Guard to get that defense down to 75% chance, and increase the skill 2 to I would say +3 is very good. That's what I have it at. I should have brought it to +5, but I felt like since I'm not using Taranor Guard in like PvP, because I'm using him in raid and like Labyrinth raid, and I'm using him, and I mean I've used him in so many places, like Spirit Altar as a farmer very early on. But yeah, definitely a great hero. Alexa, you can use her in Labyrinth and raid. I'm running a 39 morale team: Angelica, Taranor Guard, Alexa, and Silk. If you use Lorena instead of Silk, you have 41 morale, camping morale. Oh, I didn't check. Well, that what? Wait, was that a 2 minute? I think that was a 2 minute run. Because I mean, there was a few seconds until the stage clear, like after the stage clear appeared, and it was like 2 minute 10 seconds. I think that was like 2 minute 5 second, let's say. All right, let me show you my gear now. Yeah, okay, that's the usual Alexa's damage. I mean, it might have been higher this time. I think she might have triggered some dual attack there. But yeah, the way I have it set up is that also I can check, like, if Angelica didn't take too much damage, that means that my team went crazy with the damage. Sometimes I've seen Angelica taking like 20,000 damage only, meaning my team must have went really crazy with dual attacking, like must have had like defense down, must have been always on the Wyvern, the Wyvern, sorry. So yeah. All right, that was quite a few runs. Sorry if it took too long, but I had to explain a few things because I know like some people are still struggling with Wyvern, and yeah, I prefer to explain which teams they should be focusing on if they are still struggling. This was, of course, a showcase for a speed running team. I mean, it just goes to show you how powerful heroes like Alexa and Taranor Guard, and of course Angelica can sustain, can keep herself alive in the front line. But yeah, there's players that don't have Angelica. That's why I'm talking about possible setups that you can be running. Alright, so skill ups first. I want to skill this thing to +3 later on, because I use Alexa in raid, so it's definitely worth it for me. Now, Taranor Guard, here's the skill ups like I said. Karin, and finally Angelica. But yeah, if you have Rod of Amaryllis or Celestine for Aether, but Rod of Amaryllis will be much stronger. Shimadra's Staff is definitely an option. If you could be using Angelica in the front line and Aether as your backup healer. I have a video on that, you can check that out. It's gonna, I mean, if you're struggling with having Angelica sustain by herself, you just use Aether. Easy peasy, guys, easy peasy. And just like have Taranor Guard and like Alexa or whoever, like you got Luna, you've got Kisei. I mean, you can also of course be using what's her name, Misty Chain. Yeah, Misty Chain is so good with the 2 debuffs, attack down debuff. You should never underestimate how powerful it is. So here's the gear. Just pause if I go too quick. But yeah, it's about having as much crit damage as possible. Of course, crit chance, you need 85% or more. You're getting 15% bonus crit chance when you're at elemental advantage. So in the case of Wyvern, Wyvern is fire, you counter fire with ice. So ice heroes only need 85% crit chance, and you should definitely bring ice heroes if you have access to 4 of them, because if you bring off element heroes, you will be giving the Wyvern 10% combat readiness every time that off element hero is going, which is gonna make it much harder for you. Also, ice heroes deal 30% extra damage, and off element hero take 30% extra damage. That is if your frontliner is ice. I mean, in most cases you won't have your other heroes attack, but if let me just show the gear while explaining this. But let's say you fail to break the barrier, there's going to be that small shockwave which is going to take all your buffs away, but then there's going to be another big one that's the big spike, and you definitely want to have like ice heroes there, or off element hero will need better survival stats, more health and defense. You cannot rely on barrier or defense buff, because your buffs will be stripped off. But if you apply attack down debuff on the Wyvern before when you fail to break the barrier, you have plenty of time to apply attack down debuff, right? So this is gonna make your run so much easier. Even if you fail to break the barrier, easy peasy, you got attack down debuff, and the Wyvern will deal like half the damage it would have dealt if you didn't apply it. So you will need so much less survival stats. So really, like a team of 5-star heroes, ice heroes, could with like a bit of survival stats could take the hit basically. So yeah, really, like, consider attack down debuff if you're still struggling with Wyvern. Sorry, I might have shown the gear, I'm just gonna show it again. But yeah, Taranor Guard, 209 crit damage. Like I said, more than 85%, like 85 or more crit chance is plenty. Effectiveness, I mean, you need 55%. I'm 1 off, it's all good, but as much speed as you can get on Taranor Guard. So he goes first, and then your damage dealers go after him. So you can just like, but yeah, you're banking on him dropping that defense down debuff, so your other attackers, they just deal maximum damage. And Taranor Guard, he's got plus 21 Daydream Joker. You always put your strongest Daydream Joker on your hero. Like if you have Alexa built, she's definitely the one. She's gonna attack twice every time she lands a critical hit. So I mean, it's a no-brainer. But if you're using other attackers, whoever has the most crit damage and speed is gonna be your wearer for Daydream Joker, guys. if you want to maximize your damage output. And Karin, I've got her on Unity set and lifesteal gear. I've been swapping gear around. That's a mix of gear that was on Taranor Guard, Kisei. I mean, that's what I ended up with for her. Only a 5-star, once again, just saying it again. Plus 21 on this Daydream Joker. Her crit damage really and speed is the lowest of the 3 damage dealers, but she sometimes attack twice because of this when she uses that. Pretty good uptime on defense down debuff, and also she's got the effectiveness. Like, it's all good, her stats really. If I bring it to 6-star, she's gonna deal a bit more damage. I can bring all the other Daydream Joker to plus 30 later on, but I feel like this team is very solid for speed runs, if that's what you're looking for. Or just, I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be that you don't want to break and build an attack breaker and attack down debuffer, and you just want to just kill the Wyvern ASAP, don't want to deal with the barrier, and your runs are failing because you are not, let's say, maybe you're not breaking the barrier in time, and just like following a team composition like this will definitely increase your damage output. And yeah, I mean, this could be the key for you to just be more consistent in clearing Wyvern. But I give you other team compositions that are very easy to obtain, very free to play friendly. I'm free to play, but I mean, it's been 136 days, 137 days since the global release of the game. So I'm free to play, but I mean, I've been using all my Sky Stones for energy. The only time I didn't was to do a secret shop refresh to get Covenant bookmarks, to get Luna, because I was out of Covenant bookmarks. But yeah, I'm still out of Covenant bookmarks. I'm not gonna pull on Cerny. I said it already. Anyways, that's off topic. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. They should be showing up on the screen now. And I'll have the team composition I'm talking about of... yeah, you'll have Ether healing Angelica to keep her alive. You're gonna have Misty Chain with Alexa and Taranor Guard. See the power of debuffs and how much less damage you're taking, making it so much easier for your frontliner to survive. But yeah, definitely check those out if you're still struggling. You'll get what I mean by the strength of debuffs. And yeah, 3 debuffs, attack down debuff. You're really gonna understand more if you didn't get enough information out of this video. Alright guys, that's really it for this one. Peace out for now and good luck with the farming.